He saw immediately that a perfect square was impossible. The angles of the original triangle were oblique and created more of a distorted quadrilateral. As he studied the other possible points around the triangle, something unexpected happened. He noticed that the line he had drawn earlier to indicate the direction of the angel's spear passed perfectly through one of the possibilities. Stupefied, Langdon circled that point. He was now looking at 4 ink marks on the map, arranged in somewhat of an awkward, kite-like diamond. He frowned. Diamonds were not an Illuminati symbol either. He paused. Then again. For an instant Langdon flashed on the famed Illuminati diamond. The thought, of course, was ridiculous. He dismissed it. Besides, this diamond was oblong like a kite, hardly an example of the flawless symmetry for which the Illuminati diamond was revered. When he leaned in to examine where he had placed the final mark, Langdon was surprised to find that the 4th point lay dead center of Rome's famed Piazza Navona. He knew the piazza contained a major church, but he had already traced his finger through that piazza and considered the church there. To the best of his knowledge, it contained no Bernini works. The church was called St. Agnes in Agony, named for St. Agnes, a ravishing teenage virgin banished to a life of sexual slavery for refusing to renounce her faith. There must be something in that church. Langdon racked his brain, picturing the inside of the church. He could think of no Bernini works at all inside, much less anything to do with water. The arrangement on the map was bothering him too. A diamond. It was far too accurate to be coincidence, but it was not accurate enough to make any sense. A kite? Langdon wondered if he had chosen the wrong point. What am I missing? The answer took another 30 seconds to hit him, but when it did, Langdon felt an exhilaration like nothing he had ever experienced in his academic career. The Illuminati genius, it seemed, would never cease. The shape he was looking at was not intended as a diamond at all. The 4 points only formed a diamond because Langdon had connected adjacent points. The Illuminati believe in opposites. Connecting opposite vertices with his pen, Langdon's fingers were trembling. There before him on the map was a giant cruciform. It's a cross. The four elements of science unfolded before his eyes. Sprawled across Rome in an enormous, city-wide cross. As he stared in wonder, a line of poetry rang in his mind. Like an old friend with a new face. Cross Rome the mystic elements unfold. Cross Rome. The fog began to clear. Langdon saw that the answer had been in front of him all night. The Illuminati poem had been telling him how the altars were laid out. Across Rome the mystic elements unfold. It was cunning word play. Langdon had originally read the word cross as an abbreviation of across. He assumed it was poetic license intended to retain the meter of the poem. But it was so much more than that. Another hidden clue. The cruciform on the map, Langdon realized, was the ultimate Illuminati duality. It was a religious symbol formed by elements of science. Galileo's path of illumination was a tribute to both science and God. The rest of the puzzle fell into place almost immediately. Piazza Navona. Dead center of Piazza Navona, outside the Church of St. Agnes in Agony, Bernini had forged one of his most celebrated sculptures. Everyone who came to Rome went to see it. The Fountain of the Four Rivers. A flawless tribute to water, Bernini's Fountain of the Four Rivers glorified the four major rivers of the Old World: the Nile, Ganges, Danube, and Rio Plata. Water, Langdon thought. The final marker. It was perfect. And even more perfect, Langdon realized, the cherry on the cake, was that high atop Bernini's fountain stood a towering obelisk. Leaving confused firemen in his wake, Langdon ran across the church in the direction of Olivetti's lifeless body. "31 p.m., he thought. Plenty of time. It was the first instant all day that Langdon felt ahead of the game. Kneeling beside Olivetti, out of sight behind some pews, Langdon discreetly took possession of the commander's semi-automatic and walkie-talkie. Langdon knew he would call for help, but this was not the place to do it. The final altar of science needed to remain a secret for now.